In 2014, a crack toy fixer was banished from the forums for talking about repairing vintage toys. Undeterred, this man promptly set up his own YouTube channel located in the Somerset Underground. Today, still wanted by hardcore Star Wars collectors, he survives as a maverick toy restorer. If you have a problem, if no one else can help, and if you can find him, maybe toy-polloi can help you. Welcome to toy-polloi.
Hello and welcome to another video from toy-polloi, and in today's video we're going to be looking at repairing another of Action Man's key accessories, and that is his bunk beds. The bunk beds are made out of some fairly flimsy pieces of plastic, and over the years that plastic does tend to get incredibly brittle, and that's exactly what's happened to the ones I have here. Parts of the main poles have broken and you can't actually put the beds together. So let's get them all fixed up so that Action Man has somewhere to rest after a good day's adventuring. Okay, so in front of me here I actually have enough to make two of the bunk beds, but there are lots of broken pieces, and when you bought this set it was an accessory that you could get to go with Action Man. You just got one of the beds. If you wanted to make it a bunk bed you would have to buy two of them, because the beds sort of clip together so that you can stack them on top of each other like that. This one has a fair few broken pieces, but it is quite a nice set, and if you're building things like dioramas it's always nice to have beds and bunks that you can put your figures on. This was sold as one of the many accessories that you could get for Action Man, and is featured in the official equipment manual here. This is a sheet of paper that you would get with every Action Man that you bought, and you sort of fold it out and it shows you all of the accessories and things that are available. And I think on one side of this you can actually see the bunk bed. It's in one of the corners, so let me just quickly show you that. Oh yes, here you go. So this is the set. So you get the two ends, you get two poles that go across the middle, and then you get the sheet, and that's all you get. You don't get a pillow or anything like that, and that's pretty much what I have here. We've got two ends, or in fact we've got four ends because I've got two beds, we've got a load of poles, and we've got the sheets. But let me show you what's broken and what needs fixing. So the main problem with these is actually the poles. The poles are made out of plastic, but this plastic does get very brittle over the years, and each pole is made out of two parts. So you have one part with a little metal rod in it and another part with a hole in, and then these little tabs at either end. And the idea is that you clip those two together, and that gives you the full length of the bed, and then those clip into these end pieces. So you can see we've got some little holes here, and you're supposed to push that in and it just sort of holds in place. Do the other end with the sheet on and you have a bunk bed. But what does happen, if I move that one out of the way, is the ends of the posts snap off. So you can see one of them has snapped off and it's actually stuck in the end of this bed. But luckily I do have that pole, so we need to remove that broken off piece and reattach it to that one. Or the other thing that happens is the poles just snap, and that's because the plastic, as I say, gets quite brittle. So this one here you can see has snapped halfway along, so we need to repair that, get it all fixed up. The beds themselves do tend to get a bit dirty as well, and just, you know, all fabric that's been stored for many years. This has probably been stored in someone's loft for 40 years, has a few stains on it, so we're going to have to give that a wash. And then there are all sorts of marks and dirt all over this, so everything first up is going to have a good clean. I'm just going to take this down to my sink and use some hot soapy water to give everything a wash. These feel a bit sticky, so it might be that I use a bit of lighter fluid to remove that. Maybe this is some sticker residue or something, not quite sure, but we'll give that a wash anyway. And likewise these I'm going to give a wash in some hot soapy water, get all of the dirt and grime out of them, then I'll give them a good rinse to make sure that there's no soap left on them, let them dry. I might even give them a nice iron as well so that they end up looking nice and flat. So let's give all of this a good clean first. Now we've got all the parts clean, the first thing we need to do is actually get this little broken piece out of this, sort of the end part of the bunk bed. This is the bit that should attach to this pole. It was originally attached there, and it's the bit that holds everything together, but as you can see it's snapped off. So to get that out, what we're going to do is drill a small hole into it, and then we can screw in a screw, and hopefully we'll be able to wiggle that out, and then we can reattach it to the main part of the pole. So I've got my drill here with a 2mm diameter drill bit, which I think should be fine for getting this out. So I've just got to carefully drill a small hole in there, and then we'll see if we can actually wiggle it out. So now I've got myself a small screw, and I'm just going to carefully screw that in, but just a little bit. All you need is to be able to sort of wiggle this piece out. I'm hoping just a little bit of wiggling should loosen it. Worst case is we actually have to drill this whole piece out, and I will replace it with a small piece of styrene, but I'm hoping we can get this one out. There we go. There you can see that is the little bit that snapped off. It looks like it was just a particularly snug fit on that one. I can see the plastic is slightly broken anyway, but yeah, we've got that end piece out, so now we can start fixing these posts. So for reattaching all of these broken pieces, the method I use is to add in a sort of little bit of support inside. And for that support, I'm either going to use a piece of Lego. This is a Lego antenna. It's always a very useful piece to use. Or you can just use some styrene rod. This is actually some 2mm thick styrene rod, which is going to be my choice today, just because I've already got a 2mm drill bit in my drill here. So what we've got to do is drill some holes in either side of the brake, and you need to make those as accurate as possible. So we're going to do a tiny little pilot hole first, just using a pin vise with an even smaller drill bit, just to make sure that we get everything centered. Then I'm going to drill a 2mm hole using my drill. We'll insert some of this 2mm styrene rod and then stick everything together using some EMA plastic weld, and that should form a really strong bond because this plastic works incredibly well with plastic weld. It's not a glue, it actually melts the plastic and fuses the surfaces back together, so you get a join that should be as strong as the original plastic. So what we've got to do is mark up some holes, and then we'll get drilling. So as I say, I'm going to be using this small pin vise just to do a little tiny pilot hole and make sure everything is centered, and we'll drill the main holes with my drill. Now that the holes are drilled, we can start inserting the pieces of styrene, and as you can see, I put a very tiny piece of styrene in this little end pip here, and that one should just fit quite snugly in there. At the moment you can see it just is a push fit, but I will be plastic welding that in place, and that should hold really nicely. So we can do the same on this one. So these two pieces should line up. You can sort of work out the lining up from how it's cracked. It's got a slight angle to it. So what we're going to do is push a piece of the styrene in there. It just needs to be a small piece because you're just adding a little bit of sort of reinforcement on the inside. So then we can cut a small piece of that off. We might have to do a little bit more modification to make sure this actually fits, but hopefully that will just join together and line up pretty evenly, which that's not bad at all actually. Might just do a little bit more drilling inside the hole just to make it a bit wider, but that's not too bad at all. So just a little bit of fine tuning, and then we can plastic weld this all together. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So I've got my plastic weld here, and as I say, this is not a glue, it's a solvent, so it does sort of melt the plastic and fuses everything together, and then you really just need capillary action to pull it into all of the joints. So this is the longer pole here, and I've left a bit of styrene in because all I'm going to do is brush the plastic weld around, and that should get pulled into the joint there. Then we can take the other piece, make sure this is all lined up. I think it's that way round. That all lined up, and you can see it sort of melts the two surfaces together. I'll just hold that for a second. I may brush a little bit more plastic weld around the edge once this has started to set, but I can already feel that that is forming a pretty strong bond, and I can just sand off any of these sort of rough bits if there are any left. But all of this is going to be hidden inside the bunk bed anyway, so I don't need to be too precise about it or too concerned. So just get that all joined together. Good, and we'll do the same on this one. So again, I'm just going to put some plastic weld on the end here, and then we'll try and line that up, get it all stuck in exactly the right place. It should be like that. Again, that looks pretty good. So we just let this set. It takes about sort of half an hour to fully go off. You have to let everything sort of evaporate and set. So we'll just let that set, and then yeah, we can try this all together. These have now had time to set, and I've done a little bit of sanding just to hide any sort of rough edges around there. And I'm really happy with how that's turned out. The one with little end peg, I think you'd be hard pushed to notice. That one's a little bit more obvious, but as I say, all of this is going to be hidden inside the bed when we put it together. So let's go ahead and do that. So these are the other poles. These have a metal post on one end, and that just slots into the hole there. So we can do that one, and then we can do that one. And that gives you the sort of full length of the bed. If I bring in the sheet part, as they call it, we can thread those through the little holes that are on either side. Should thread all the way through. I didn't actually iron these in the end, just washing them and hanging them out to dry. They've turned out really quite nice. There's still a few little stains and marks on them, but they are a whole lot cleaner than they were when they sort of got here. So let's get that one threaded as well. And now we can slot those into the two holes on this end piece. Those just fit into there. This is going to be a slightly tight fit just because the fabric has now been washed, so it's a little bit tighter. And then we can do the same at the other end there. Like that, and there we go. That is the bunk bed. So let me rearrange the camera and we'll test these out. And here we go. Here is the finished bunk bed. As you can see, it's all looking pretty good, and it is feeling pretty sturdy. When you bought these originally, you would just get one bunk bed. So let's test that out. I have an Action Man here, and he can sit down and relax on his bunk bed, but the idea was with them that you stack them up. So let's test that out. So this bunk bed here should fit on top of that one. It just clips on top of the posts, and those all clip together. And you can stack these bunk beds up, and then the idea is you can obviously put one on the top, but the guy on the bottom is going to be a little bit sort of squeezed in. There's not a lot of space to have him there, and he really is a bit sort of short-changed. I have seen another way of doing this, is which you get more bunk beds and you can just take these end pieces off and put an extra end piece in between that, which gives you a little bit more space. But I think as a child you'd be lucky to have spares of these, so I think your Action Man would be sleeping in fairly cramped quarters. But you can see it does work, and it's a pretty convincing little bed, and certainly something that's nice if you're building dioramas with your Action Man.
Now you know, and knowing is half the battle.
And there we go, that is it for this project. We've now got two bunk beds that are ready and waiting for Action Man to go to sleep on them. It's been a fun little project. There's not a huge amount that can go wrong with these beds, but often those bars are broken, and because the plastic is getting more and more brittle as time goes by, I think you'll be seeing more and more of these things getting broken, and it is a really straightforward thing to fix. All you've got to do is drill a few holes and put some support inside it, and once you've done that, the bed is then good and strong and it can be used again. So I do need to say a big thank you to Elliot, who very kindly sent me these two beds. If you've enjoyed this video, then make sure to hit the subscribe button and tap the bell to be notified each time I upload a new video. And if you've really enjoyed it and want to help support the channel, then why not think about becoming a Patreon or YouTube channel member. You get early access to all of my restoration videos, and also access to an exclusive series called On the Cutting Mat, where I show projects and restorations that you won't be seeing anywhere else. So have a think about that, and thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching Toy-polloi. Subscribe for more great videos.